Hello, Nancy Burt-Preece here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm going live on my Facebook channel, and I'll also put this on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to them, please do now. I am showing a very simple card today. I found a similar card on Inspiring Inking, and I changed up the colors and changed up a few things, but the kind of design is hers, and I like it. So I'm using two stamp sets, which are Elements of Text, and I love that script in the background, and Sketch Butterflies. Now, there's a new butterfly set that I will be working with, but for today, I'm using Sketched Butterflies because I think it really looks nice. I am using Memento Black, Smoky Slate, and Basic Gray. I am using a variety of blends. I have Lemon Lollies, I have one Calypso Coral, and I have some Peach Pies here. So this is a total simple stamping card, which we all need some simple stamping cards. So I have Lemon Lolly, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. It's regular card base, nothing too exciting. I do like this lemon. And I like gray with it. This is Smoky Slate, and I think it really is quite a pretty color combination. And I have the white, so the gray is 4 by 5 1/4. The white is 3 3/4 by 5, so it just goes down by 1/4 inch. And then I have an inside gray and an inside white. So let's start with the outside white. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my Smoky Slate and I'm going to ink up. I'm going to move this just to the side a little bit. I'm going to ink up this in Smoky Slate and stamp off once. I could try it full strength, but it seemed a little bit dark to me. So I'm going to just stamp it and move that to the side. I'll take care of that in a moment. The next thing I'm going to do is stamp Thinking of You, and I'm going to stamp that. Last time I did it in the Smoky Slate, and I don't think it shows up enough. So I'm doing it in Basic Gray this time. Yeah, I like that better. It just needs to be a little bit brighter for my taste. If you come to my class, you get to do anything you want. Now I'm going to stamp the main butterfly image. And I'll have to come back to those in a minute, but I'm going to just do the outside right now. I'm going to stamp the butterfly. And you notice I turned the stamp pad over to add ink to it. Sometimes with large images, this is a better way to get your stamp inked. And I'm going to just have this butterfly flying to the side in my black ink. Now, Elements of Text have, I don't know what you would call these little speckles of ink. And I think they look really neat. And I'm going to have them full strength. So I just kind of did it as it called to me. You can do it any way you want. You can stamp them off. You don't have to put them on. You can do anything. I have 2 different kinds of speckles. So that's how I did it. I didn't do anything super creative. I just kind of gave it a little bit of a splotch just to give it a little bit of texture. Now I'm going to, before I do the coloring, I'm going to do the inside. And I have this for the text. I'm going to once again open up my Smoky Slate, stamp off, and then stamp. So it's not hard to do, which I like. That's always a good thing. Then I'm going to stamp my main image in the memento, and I just have a little butterfly flying. And I really, this time, I like it that way better, but you know, that one I put flying kind of crazy. And that's okay. So now we're going to color. I am going to start, I don't know why I start this way, but that's what I do. I usually do the darker part first. And I'm doing the darker part of the wings in the dark peach pie. And you notice I'm kind of doing it in a circular motion. It's not super hard, and I'm not spending oodles of time on it. A little bit, my husband always said, he actually does have some art background. He's like, a little bit of white space is not a bad thing. So if you get, you know, you don't have to spend so much time intricately making sure every little piece is covered. You know, just do it as the spirit moves you. I'm kind of a quick colorer. I like to color, but I like to do it this way with a light touch. And there we go. That's my dark peach pie. My light peach pie, I'm going to do it a little bit different than I did last time. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon lolly here to just add a little interest. And I'm going to do that like in here. Make it a little bit more interesting butterfly. And really, the beautiful thing is, if you come to a class of mine, you get to do whatever you want. Or if you're just watching online and using your own supplies, once again, you get to do what you want. You can color it. And there are all different colors of butterflies. I just picked a light kind of peach to go with the color scheme that I had. But it didn't have to be that. It could be anything. You notice I'm just lightly going through, adding in the color. I can always come back, add some more if I feel like I need to. I like a little bit of yellow on there, I think. Just adds a little interest to your butterfly. All right. There we go. And the last thing I'm going to do is add a little light, oh, this is dark, Calypso Coral to the body. Make that body of the butterfly stick out. Now, look it, I had a little bit go off. I'm okay with that. That happens. You know, sometimes people get really upset. It's supposed to be artful. So really, if you do go off a little bit, it's totally fine. And how could I change that? Well, sometimes when I try to change it, I make it worse. But let's see. Can add a little bit around. And it looks like it's just a little bigger. Not a problem. Then the easy part is all I have to do is adhere. Now, when you color with our blends, you will see, because they're an alcohol-based marker, you will see the back. So it's important if you're coloring on something to have a backing on it. Now, if you're adhering it, I tried just adhering it to the card without a backing, but it just seemed kind of boring. And I cut both the top and the inside the same size, so those people coming to my classes won't get confused on which one to use. I sometimes do that. It's kind of a nice little easy way to know what you're doing. Here is the inside part. And here is the outside. I would debated putting gems. I put a few around, and it just seemed like it didn't need it. I just thought it was just too much. So I like it simpler and a little bit more quiet, because I want it to be a thinking of you. But I do like the little bit of yellow in there. I think that adds... and I did a different, this was pumpkin pie, and this was Calypso Coral. I don't know which one I like better. I might like the pumpkin pie, but I'm going to have various blends out for my classes so they get to choose. But I hope you try this card. Let me move them up a little bit more so you can see them really well. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a good one.